Okay, so here we go. We are outside the Eden Gardens. These two have covered practice from yesterday. So what we need to do is understand every detail about this test match. And here you go. That's very expected of Calcutta. He could have easily gone behind the microphone. He decided to go in front and establish his presence. But the crowd is always welcome. Coming to the test match, the build-up has been quite fantastic. I will start with Debasis, go to Gargi. Debasis, so much celebration on, right? There is a special coin. There is a special trophy that has been done. The Jagmohan Dalmia conclave. Can you talk to my viewers about the special parts of this test match?
Yeah, obviously it's first up, a test match is happening in Calcutta after 6 long years. Means obviously the last time a test match was played was the ping ball test between India and Bangladesh.
And Ganguly was president.
And Ganguly was the president. Now he is back again as the president of the Cricket Association of Bengal. And obviously, as you have rightly said, that there will be that Jagmohan Dalmia Memorial Lecture. He is reviving the Jagmohan Dalmia Memorial Lecture. He would be hosting. Sunil Gavaskar will be giving the lecture. Obviously, there's a special gold coin with one side of the coin will have the photograph of Mahatma Gandhi and the other side Nelson Mandela, two great ambassadors from both countries. And then you have obviously a trophy, the Freedom Trophy, which will be handed over to Mr. Gavaskar.
Yes, and to all dignitaries. It's basically the replica of the series trophy. They've made it a very special one to be presented to everyone. So a lot happening.
And obviously the most fascinating aspect leading up to the test match is the anticipation. The ticket sales has been massive, and it is expected to be a full house on all 5 days of the test match.
That's what my question is for Gargi. Gargi, you were with us in England, you were with us in Australia, and the one thing that stood out, whether it is the MCG, whether it is SCG, all the 5 test matches in England, we had a sellout. And here, it was heartening to hear from the CAB CEO that the first 3 days, the 34,000 tickets that were put out for public sale are all gone. The members will obviously come. So you can expect 50-60,000 people on each of the days. You covered Delhi, and this is one where you will have a packed crowd. Thoughts?
Absolutely. I think it's one of the best things that could have happened for Test cricket. This is the kind of conversations that we were having back in Australia, back in England. When it comes to Test cricket and long Test series, 5-match Test series, it's always a carnival for the people in Australia, for the people in England. But you don't get to see that kind of enthusiasm back in India. This is the conversation that we were having. But it is heartening to see that Eden Gardens has sold out. In fact, when I was doing shows here in the morning yesterday, when we were doing shows, multiple people came up to us and asked for tickets. Random people, coming up. In fact, when I was getting dropped to the Eden Gardens, the cab driver, was telling me, this is not the gate you enter from, this, that. And I said, I work here, it's okay. You don't need to be worried about me. And he was so excited. He said, test match ho raha hai na? I said, yeah. Ticket hai kya aapke paas? Aapko to milta hoga na? Maine bola, unfortunately, I don't have any tickets. This is my only ticket here, and this is how I get in. But glad to see the kind of enthusiasm that we're seeing for this test match. And think about it. So when we actually talk about the South Africa, the kind of quality cricket that South Africa will bring in, we've seen them chase down 421 runs in that final India A game that we saw against a almost full-fledged Indian bowling lineup. So it's going to be quite interesting to watch how South Africa takes this on. We've spoken to Sujon yesterday, the pitch curator, and he said that there will be turns. South Africa also has 3 wins without India. So it's going to be quite a contest. And it's nice to see that the Indian crowd is finally getting really involved in this cricket. That's the kind of interest we want to see.
Gargi made this point that when Debasis and Gargi were doing shows in front of right here, outside, people walked up to them for tickets. I'm not joking. If you see this man here, people will do that. They will recognize him and come and ask, because he's a regular in the Maidan. He's earned that. Irrespective of what match it is, Debasis Sen comes to the Maidan. That's the best part about our Revsportz reporters. She was in Delhi. Whether it is hockey, whether it is cricket, whether it is parasport, whether it is football, whether it is cricket, you will see our reporters on ground. Debasis, when you spoke to Shujanda, you were at practice yesterday, and Gargi is right. If you think of the test match against Pakistan, South Africa beat Pakistan in a turn. So you cannot expect a ranked turner and expect India to roll them over. This will become another New Zealand if that happens. They are a good side, South Africa.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously you did speak to Sundar yesterday, and he categorically said that it's not going to be a ranked turner. Yes, there have been a few murmurs inside the Indian dressing room whether to give some extra favor to the spinner, but having said that, it's going to be a sporting weekend. And remember, South Africa also has three very good spinners in Keshav Maharaj, Simon Harmer and Umfang. So I think South Africa, yes, you might say that they are a bit weak as far as the fast bowling is concerned, given that Lungi NTD or a Gerald Coetzee or a Andre Barber is not there. But even Kagiso Rabada and Marco Jansen and the Wayne Mulder they bring a lot to the table. So I think they have a very balanced side. We are talking about India. It will be interesting, Boria, whether India go in with an extra fast bowler. Yes, given that Siraj and Bumrah is definitely be playing, but whether Akash gets a nod, being the local lad, he plays all his first-class cricket here for Bengal. Whether he gets a nod or India goes in with an extra spinner, and that is also a thing that will put the Indian team management in a lot of dilemma, whether to go in with an Akshar Patel or Kuldeep Yadav.
Gargi, question for you. You were there at practice. By the way, it's match day -2. And India will practice in exactly 1 hour from now as you guys watch this broadcast. You were there at the India practice. Did you have a sense what Debasis is talking about? That Akash question. Did you have a sense that Dhruv Jurel, for example, was there any extra emphasis on Jurel? What did you make of it? Did you have a sense of combination?
Unfortunately, not all players were there.
Yeah, optional.
Optional practice day, and
but today everyone should be, right?
Yes, today is a mandatory practice session, so we're going to see a full-fledged, Indian squad turning out to practice. But if we talk about, we spoke about Dhruv Jurel, and the biggest debate that we're doing at the moment is the fact that Dhruv Jurel comes in, really plays at side production and really plays at but looking at what happened yesterday, the kind of practice that Sai Sudarshan was having, very similar to the kind of practice that he had back in England when he was in the squad. Gautam Gambhir and Ryan Goswami minutely working with Sai Sudarshan on that leg side area that has been a problem for Sai Sudarshan in England. So if you look at all these factors, it kind of makes me think Sai Sudarshan, the kind of long road that he was promised, it makes me think will they go ahead with it? Will it be a Nish Kumar Reddy that will possibly move England and a good
and this occasion is historic. This gentleman out here is insistent on moving these metal bars, so there will be a bit of a background sound. But that's Kolkata for you. The moment he sees a show on, he will want to make his presence felt. No problem. Having said that, this test match is historic. WTC cycle, South Africa reigning world champions. For them, it comes a full circle. This is where, this ground, 1991, the South African team stepped out for the first time in international cricket since getting banned for apartheid in 1969. For the first time, 100,000 people, Clive Rice at that toss, Jimmy Cook and Andrew Hudson walking out, to face Kapil Dev. Mohammad Azharuddin is India. And trust me, where we are standing, bang opposite. On the right is Mohun Bagan Club. At the luncheon break, I had gone there to have my chicken stew and bread. And I was walking back, relaxed, South Africa 177. I was a 15-year-old, thinking, okay, I'll walk back, easy match. And all of a sudden, I see a roar, and it becomes a whimper. I didn't understand. I rushed in, had a seat in the clubhouse. India 1 down. White lightning strikes. Alan Donald makes his presence felt. That zinc cream, that Alan Donald persona, that rhythmic run-up, getting that extra bounce, cutting to the wicketkeeper. What a contest that was. And every one of us, Tendulkar versus Donald, was born here. And South Africa, that entire full circle, comes here back at the Eden Gardens. Can't wait. Gargi was asking me before coming from Delhi, what's the weather like? It's perfect weather. It's the absolute perfect weather for test match cricket. Gargi set it up. There are multiple matchups before I go to Debasis again. A Shubman Gill versus Kagiso Rabada. Once again, a left-armer Marco Jansen versus KL Rahul, the ball will come in. You have to leave those balls. Yashasvi Jaiswal versus a Marco Janssen. Contact within contact.
There's a lot of context. Right now, one that we're having is a way.
The gentleman is fascinating.
Who's hitting the barricade, which is why we're also talking way louder than normal. But yes, talking about the match, there are going to be a lot of matchups. I mean, I am quite interested in how Shubman Gill approaches this. We feel that in the white ball series, Shubman Gill sort of struggle to get going. Can you imagine that he did get going? It was a match that was aimed out. So quite a weird situation happening there as soon as the final starts to get going, the race starts coming up. But we do see a clear go back to the game. Someone with that same sort of confidence, he has earned the respect of the dressing room at this moment. This will be, I think, one of the biggest challenges. One is a lot of pressure because it's a home series. Everyone, every single time there is a home series, after that New Zealand series, it keeps coming back to Australia. Even back to Delhi when we were coming to the West before, somehow, water from the standard of the Bahama series, and the last was a reality check for all of us. So, they never ever want that to happen again. This is the kind of wicket that we're going to do. So, it's quite interesting. Yes, India has been Kuldeep Yadav play, but also at the same time, South Africa's batting is solid, and they also have three very, very good spinners.
What's your feel? What's your feel? What's your Indian team? 24 hours, not 24 hours. 36 hours to go. 36 hours to go. What is your feel? Yes, you must know. Go through. He's finishing. This is the last over before tea.
Hopefully, no one loses their wicket.
Yeah. Why do we champion?
Finally.
For me, the playing 11, likely playing 11, I would say. With Yashasvi Jaiswal leading the batting, Shubman Gill followed by Sai Sudarshan. I think Sai Sudarshan.
The batting with KL Rahul, not Shubman Gill.
Yashasvi Jaiswal,
Yes,
opening the batting with KL Rahul. Yes, sorry. My bad. And Yashasvi Jaiswal opening the batting with KL Rahul, followed by Sai Sudarshan, Shubman Gill, Rishabh Pant. So that's the top 5. It looks a pretty settled top 5. Yes, number 6. Whether India goes in with an all-rounder in Nitish Kumar Reddy or they get in a Dhruv Jurel, that will be debatable. So who they play at number 6? Number 7, Ravindra Jadeja, the versatile Ravindra Jadeja, followed by, I would say here is also a tricky, whether India will go in with an extra spinner in Akshar Patel or Kuldeep Yadav, followed by the pace bowlers. Mohammad Siraj and Jasprit Bumrah automatically picks themselves. Whether India goes in with an Akashdeep, that will be interesting.
I think I will go with a Kuldeep Yadav in my team.
In place of?
That's the question. That's where I'm sort of...
You got the 12 people back.
I will. I appreciate it. It's like very interesting. No. But to be honest, I think if I had to pick a Kuldeep Yadav, wow, after multiple times.
He overslept for a no ball.
Absolutely. But yes, I think if I had to bring in a Kuldeep Yadav, it would be in place of one of the all-rounders. See, if you're playing Ravindra Jadeja and Washington Sundar, and if you want to go for a third one in Akshar Patel, then an Akshar Patel will be in place. And Kuldeep Yadav comes in. That's what I think will happen.
I like the way Shujanda spoke about it yesterday. A quick clip. Let's toss to the one bite from Shujanda where he actually says, very sheepishly, I think India should have home advantage. And I think they should be favored. He didn't want to say it, but he said it.
Why doesn't he say so for KKR matches in IPL? I think the KKR fans will be happy to know that Sriram Mukherjee coming out and speaking that ideally KKR should have a little bit of home advantage at India.
But Shujanda did say that India should have home advantage. Listen in to Shujan Mukherjee as we come back and close this show. In a series like this, there is always the talk of home advantage. So will India get? Is that something that you have kept in mind?
When I do for KKR, I am absolutely for board and for my decision. But when I will do for this country, I think personally, I should give some favor to the Indian team, whatever I can.
So what kind of wicket should on that? What can we
It,
expect?
it,
Will there be
should,
turn?
it will turn, but not that abruptly. What everybody, but the team likes. But I don't. Sorry, I told sorry. It can't be like this. तुम लोग को विकेट मिलेगा, अच्छा विकेट मिलेगा, टर्न भी होगा, तुम बेफिक्र रहो.
Okay, there you go. Sujan Mukherjee talking about the home advantage bit. This pitch promises to be a good one. Last couple of days, not even 2 days now. It's less than 2 days as we do this show. India coming for practice. You guys will again be covering the practice. What are the things that you will watch out for today's practice? Final two questions, one for you, one for us.
Yeah, obviously, we'll have a fair idea to what would be the likely playing 11, because yesterday when me and Gargi were there, it was an optional practice session. But I would rather be focused as to see Rishabh Pant. Obviously, it will be the first test after that injury in Manchester, Old Trafford. And remember, he did play that series against South Africa, which was not great in terms of when it comes to his comeback. But obviously, this test match will be, I would be very, very interested to watch out for Rishabh Pant, because and now he is in a leadership role as well with the vice captain. So I think it's a huge test match coming for Rishabh Pant, these two test matches.
For me, I will have my eyes peeled on my favorite thing to watch in a practice session, which is the slip model, because it always tells you a lot about who is making it into the team. Match day -2, no one messes around with the slip model practice. It is those 4 to 5 slip fielders will be in your playing 11. So will Nitish Kumar Reddy be there at Gargi? Will it be,
So can we tell our viewers that 5 p.m. you guys are going to reveal your playing 11s with all details from the practice?
Photos hunch. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, 5 p.m. Debasis and Gargi Raut. We will be back. I'll join them as well.
But we will also be joined by Shubhain?
Yeah.
Yes,
Shubhain is definitely going to join us at 5. He's a bit lazy, we understand. And we have kind of kept half of Shubhain. So no one can curse him that if India loses, it's because of Shubhain. Shubhain will say, I joined the team late. These two are responsible. So we've kept the cushion. So
and if India wins, then
you guys have the credit, not Shubhain.
good.
So that's what it is. But except the slip cordon, anything else?
Except for the important, I think then we have a good look at how, batters are coming in and the kind of lineup that we get to see. Sai Sudarshan, where does he come in at the nets? Because we see that he is always sort of situated. There is a situation of the batting lineup in the next session. So Yashasvi Jaiswal, Rahul and who comes in at number 6? Is it a Sai Sudarshan, or rather much later at number 5, number 6 is there, and who's there coming into that?
I will say this. When you are able to prepare a team, and this is India, in my case it's team Revsportz, these two, and Shomik and Shubhain. For once, I will actually sit in the clubhouse lower tier and watch the match. They are going to work. Yes, I will do the shows, but this is one test match where I'm not working. Eden Gardens gives me nostalgic feeling. This is my home. This is where I've learnt my cricket, with Jagmohan, with Saurav Ganguly, with many friends of mine. I want to sit there. This is where I got Anjali Tendulkar to watch Sachin's 199. It has great memories for me. In fact, Mr. Dalmia did not know. I got Anjali at the clubhouse, called Mr. Dalmia and said, Anjali, what to do now? He said, why did you not tell me? Sachin did not know. So at the end of the day's play, Sachin said, whose idea was it? Yours or hers? So all of that stuff. There's a lot of romance, a lot of nostalgia around Eden Gardens. This is my favorite cricket ground of all time. So I will sit and enjoy the cricket match and hopefully an Indian win. Because in Kolkata, an Indian win means Debasis and I will anyway have our biryani, and Gargi will have no option but to have mishti doi and plenty of mishti. We will leave no options. Okay? So that's what it is. The test match about to start. Every detail on Revsportz from our reporters on ground. Analysis, build-up, crowd, passion, all of that in all our platforms. Hindi, English and Bangla. Keep watching.